Okay. Actually, there are about 10,67,011 species have been described till now in the world, and in India there are about 63,760 species have been described. So, in today's demo class, we are going to have a discussion about what is classification, why classification is important, and how insects are classified by different scientists till date. So what is classification? So classification, it is nothing but a scientific procedure that involves the arrangement of the organism in a hierarchical series of groups and subgroups on the basis of their similarities and also dissimilarities. So you know that a hierarchical system is used for classifying organism to the species level, and this system, it is also known as taxonomic classification. So next is why classification is important. So classification, it is important because it allows the scientists to identify the groups and properly name organism via a standardized system like Linnaeus taxonomy, and also based on similarities that is found in the organism of DNA or RNA, and also based on the evolution and also embryonic development to other known organisms to know them better similarities. So it is also important, and it makes the study of wide variety of organisms systematic and also easier. And also it provides a base, and we know that classification is a foundation for any other study, and likewise it provides a base for the study of other branches of biology. And also it is useful in the study of ecology, which deals with the interrelation of an organism with their environment. And as I said before, it helps establish a hierarchy of groups of organisms. So now let's see how the classification was done by different scientists. So everything started with the Greek scientist Aristotle, who was one of the first scientists to organize the living things. He actually divided all the known organisms into two groups, that is animals as well as plants, and he used simple morphological characters to classify the plants into trees, shrubs, and herbs, and he divided the animals into three groups based on their habitats. So Aristotle, he developed the first system of classification of animals. Even though his classification wasn't justified as animals in each group has nothing in common other than their habitat. So around 18th century, this scientist, so anyone know which scientist is he? Who is he? So he is Carl Linnaeus. So around 18th century, he is the one who adopted the binomial nomenclature. There are total of 12 edition what he wrote, that is Systema Naturae. And in the 10th edition of his book Systema Naturae, he classified insect based on the wing structure. So you know that all the modern classification system have their roots in the Linnaean classification system, which was developed by the Carolus Linnaeus. He also tried to classify all the living things that were known at his time, and as Aristotle, he also grouped the organism based on the shared physical traits such as the number of legs, etc. And for his contribution, Linnaeus was known as the father of taxonomy. So as I said before, there are 12th edition, and 10th edition is the most important one, as it paved way for the zoological nomenclature. So next, so as I said, he is the one who described the binomial nomenclature. So he classified insect into 7 orders based on the wing structure in his 10th edition. So as per his classification, he classified the insect into 4 wings, 2 wings, and no wings. So in 4 wings, he classified further as pairs dissimilar, which contains 4 wings which are fully hardened. That is Coleoptera, you know that their 4 wings are hardened. And next is forewings that are partly hardened, that is hemiptera. And next is pairs that are similar, that is wing, that pairs similar. So that he further divided into wings which are covered with flat scale lepidoptera and wings which are membranous. So the wings which are membranous are further classified into tail unarmed and tail bearing a sting. So next, as I said, two wings, which is diptera, and no wings, that is aptera. So in his 10th edition, there were 7 orders, and in his 12th edition, he added two more orders, that is Orthoptera and Thysanoptera. So the main flaws in his classification was that he grouped together the unrelated form, and he separated the closely or common descendants, and also in Aptera he even included spiders, scorpions, crustaceans, which are actually belongs to other arthropod phylums. So next is the father of Lamarckism. He is none other than J.C. Fabricius, who is the student of Carl Linnaeus. He was actually a student of Carl Linnaeus, and he is considered one of the most important entomologists of the 18th century. And he actually named 10,000 species of animals, whereas his master, that is Carl Linnaeus, he actually named only 3,000, around 3,000 insects. So Fabricius, he also added 2 distinct areas to the classification system, that is both artificial and also natural characteristics. So what is actually natural characteristic is that this natural characteristic is allow for the determination of a species, whereas the natural allow for the relationship, that is in the natural classification, the relationship and the evolution is also considered. But the evolutionary idea of Fabricius are not as well known. And as I said, he is known as the father of Lamarckism because of his belief that new species can form from morphological adaptation, which was the Lamarck's theory of acquired character. Since he followed that theory, he was known as the father of Lamarckism. So next is Sir Charles de Geer. So he was the first to unite the system of Linnaeus and Fabricius classification, and he attempted a single unification of the Linnaeus and Fabricius system using both wings and mouth parts to arrive at a slightly expanded system of orders. Actually, if you take Linnaeus and Fabricius, they only took a single character to classify the insect. But Geer was the one who paved way, that he actually included wings and also mouth part to differentiate or to classify the insect. So next it is Scopoli. So he is another scientist who was the first to note that the classification should be based on the whole structure of the insect. So he was the first one to tell or to demonstrate that the whole structure should be taken, because till that time, all the scientists, they used to classify the insect based on a single character. So he was the pioneer for that. So you know who is this? So he is Charles Darwin. So on his, he is the father of evolution, you know that. So in his publication, that is On the Origin of Species in 1859, it also paved a different way for classification. To the extent authors adopted this evolutionary thinking in the classification of organisms, which actually seems to be more logical than the methodological approach that was done by the Linnaeus and other scientists. So after expounding upon the general principle of this organic evolution and the unifying aspect of this Darwin's theory, another scientist, that is Breuer, he actually effectively distinguished between primarily wingless taxa, that is Aterygogena, and the secondarily wingless taxa together with the wing form constituted Hysterogena. So these pterogena was the one which were derived from the Aterygogena. And in 1888, Lang, he proposed the term Aterygota and Terygota in the place of Aterygogena and Terygogena. So you know that this is the name that till date we are using. So till date we are using this one. So next is it is Andon Handlish. So you know that he was the former director of the Natural History Museum in Vienna, who made the next major leap in the field, as he fully integrated paleoentomology as well as neoentomology in classifying the insect. And Handlish, he not only produced the then most comprehensive account of the world's diversity of fossil insect, but he also founded a grand scheme of insect evolutionary history in which paleontological evidence was paramount. For example, he included the amazing exhortation that the Pterygota, it arises from a trilobite ancestor. So he was the one who included the paleoentomology in the classification of insect. So next, it is the classification of insect by Richard and Davis. So you know that this is the classification that we are following for past many decades, and their classification was also mentioned in the standard book by INS, that is General Textbook of Entomology. So this is the classification that we are following for the past many decades. So you know very well that you all might have studied insecta also. They also followed this Richard and Davis classification only. So let's see how they classify the insects. So you know that the class insecta. So they divided the class insecta into two subclasses, that is Aterygota and Terygota. So you know that Aterygota, it is primitively wingless insect. It is primitively wingless insect without any metamorphosis, and also their peculiar character is that the abdominal appendages is present in Aterygota, and also they will be having ectognathous mouth part, except Thysanura with mandibles attached at one point. So as I said, there is no metamorphosis as the nymphs will be similar to the adults. And this Aterygota, it is actually divided into four orders. That is order Protura. Example will be Telsintides. Then order Diplura, where Campodates and Japidates will come. And another order, it is Columbola, that is the springtails and snow fleas. And next is order Thysanura, in which the example is silverfish. So that when you come to Terygota, the subclass Terygota is further, it is divided into two super orders or division, that is Exoterygota or Endoterygota. So if you take division, so if you take division Exoterygota, you know very, and before that, so the characteristic of Terygota you know very well, but still I will explain to you that first one is that it is winged or secondary wingless insect. So they will be having mostly prognathous or hypognathous head, and their mouth part will be endognathous, and also their metamorphosis, it will be either incomplete, that is without a pupal stage, or it will be complete with a pupal stage. So as I said, it is divided into two super orders, that is Exoterygota and Endoterygota. So first let's discuss about division Exoterygota. So in Exoterygota, the metamorphosis will be hemimetabola, that is incomplete or incomplete metamorphosis will be there in Exoterygota. So the wings, So especially in Exoterygota, the wings, it will be developed externally during the larval growth, and there will be no pupal stage. And nymphs, it possesses compound eyes and have similar habits and habitat as adults. So there are 16 orders in this group, and so let me name all the orders. So first is Ephemeroptera and Ordinata. So these two belongs to the Paleoptera. That is, these two orders cannot flex their wings to the back of their body. So these are the two orders, that is Ephemeroptera. Example is mayfly, and order Ordinata. Example is dragonfly and damselfly. So next is order Orthoptera. So in order Orthoptera, you know that order Orthoptera, order Dictyoptera, order Phasmida, Plecoptera, Isoptera, Soraptera, Embioptera, and Dermaptera and Grillobilectoria. So these all have orthopteroid type of mouth part. That is, they will be having chewing mouth part. So the other orders like Socotra, Malophaga, Anopleura, Thysanoptera and Hemiptera, they will be having hemipteroid type of mouth part. For example, order Orthoptera, example is grasshopper, locust, crickets and mole cricket. Whereas in order Dictyoptera, cockroaches and mantids will come. Whereas in Phasmida, the leaf insect and stick insect. In order Plecoptera, the examples will be stoneflies and salmon flies. Whereas in order Isoptera, the example is termites, and in order Soraptera, it will be Saurotypus, whereas Embioptera, it is web spinners. Then in order Dermaptera, it will be earwig, and order Socotra, book lice and bark lice, whereas order Malophaga, it will be bird lice, and order Anopleura or Siphonculata, you know that sucking lice, and order Thysanoptera, the example is thrips, and order Hemiptera, the example will be bugs, hoppers, whitefly. That you know that the Hemiptera, it is divided into Heteroptera and Homoptera, and order Grillobilectoria. So these all belongs to the division Exoterygota. So next, the division is Endoterygota, that is holometabolous, that is, they will be having complete metamorphosis. So the main features of this Endoterygota is that the wings develop internally inside the pupal case, and the larva will also be very different in appearance and and they will be having simple eyes, and also there is a distinct pupal stage for them. So there are actually 9 orders in this group. That is order Neuroptera, order Coleoptera. So Neuroptera example is anions and lacewings. So next is order Coleoptera, that is beetles and weevils comes under this order Coleoptera. Then Strepsiptera example is Stylopids, whereas Mycoptera, the example, it is scorpion flies. And in Trichoptera, the example is caddis flies, and Lepidoptera, you know, butterflies and moth. Then Hymenoptera, it will be wasps, bees, ants, and sawflies. And order Diptera, it will be true flies, mosquitoes, sandflies, and gnats. Then order Siphonoptera, it is fleas. So this is the classification that is given by Richard and Davis, which are widely accepted. But okay, next it is Emil Hans Willy Hennig. So he is the one who brought phylogeny into classification, and he is the one who found the phylogenetic systematic. So phylogenetic is nothing but it is the study of the evolutionary relationship of the insects. So he is the one who brought the phylogeny. So with this, with the rise of this, the systematic, it experienced its greatest methodological shift. So Neil Peder Christensen, he was the one who adopted Hennig's methodology, that is phenology, into classification. and he was the one who classified and gave higher classification of insect. And now it's time for us to pack up the Richard's classification and have to follow the Christians. Even though he gave this classification in 1991, it is gaining importance only in the present day situation. So let's see how he classified the insect. So he actually classified the insect into endognathous exopoda and ectognathous hexapoda. So here the exopoda, it belongs to the superclass, and these endognathous hexapoda and ectognathous hexapoda, it is actually an unranked groups. So under endognathous hexapoda, so you know that the mouth part, it will be inside. So the endognathous hexapoda, it is actually divided into two classes, that is Ellipleura and Diplura. And under class Ellipleura, the order Protura and Columbola will come, whereas in class Diplura, the order Diplura will come. So next it is ectognathous hexapoda, in which the class Insecta is classified, and class Insecta is the one which includes the true insect. And this class Insecta, it is further divided into two subclasses, that is subclass Archaeognatha and subclass Dichondria. So under subclass Archaeognatha, the order Archaeognatha will come, that is Microporphyria. And the subclass Dichondria, it is further divided into two infraclass, that is Thysanura and infraclass Pterygota. And under infraclass Thysanura, order Thysanura will come. So you know that before this Thysanura, Diplura, Ellipleura, in that order Protura and Columbola, everyone was kept under Pterygota by Richard and Davis, but here everything is split and it is classified. So here in infraclass Pterygota, there is again two division, that is Paleoptera and Neoptera. So as I said, Paleoptera is nothing but the insect which cannot flex their wings, whereas Neoptera, they can flex their wings. So here so under Paleoptera, so same as Richard's classification, here order Ephemeroptera and order Ordinata will come, whereas in Neoptera, the classification is again divided into three subdivisions, that is Polyneoptera, Paraneoptera and Oligoneoptera. So under the subdivision Polyneoptera, there are about 9 orders, and the order that comes under this Polyneoptera is Plecoptera, Letodia, Mantodia, Notoptera, Dermaptera, Orthoptera, Phasmatodia, Embioptera and Soraptera. And so these under subdivision Paraneoptera, the Socotra, Theraptera, Thysanoptera and Hemiptera comes. So next is subdivision Oligoneoptera, that is complete metamorphosis. So under this, again order Megaloptera, Raphidioptera, Neuroptera, Coleoptera, Strepsiptera, Hymenoptera, Mycoptera, Siphonoptera, Diptera, Trichoptera and Lepidoptera will be coming. So now let's see what are the changes that were there in old and the new way of classification. So first is that you might have observed, as I said. So here you see under in Richards and David's classification, the Pterygota, it contains 4 orders, but when you observe in the questions and classification, they are completely different. That is, even the Protura, Columbola and Diplura, it comes under different class, and now it is considered as non-insect. That the Archaeognatha, there you might not have find the order Archaeognatha, but here it gained important, and it got a status of archaeognatha. Whereas, so next it is, sorry. So next it is Pterygota. So there, say Pterygota is a division, but here it is, I mean subclass, but here it is ranked down as the infra class. And next difference that you can observe is that the Isoptera is no longer an separate order, and it is kept under the order Blattodea. So it is kept under the order Blattodea under subdivision Polyneoptera. Since the Isoptera and cockroach, it is having an evolutionary relationship. So they they kept this Isoptera under the Blattodea order. So next it is the order Notoptera, that is Notoptera, that also comes under the subdivision Polyneoptera. So before, you know that the Mantophasmatodea, which is the new order that is discovered in the year 2002. So that Mantophasmatodea and Grilloblattodea. So these two orders were now kept under the order. So it is kept under the order Notoptera. One second. So subdivision. So as I said, Notoptera, it includes two orders, that is Mantophasmatodea and Grilloblattodea. They are together in the order Notoptera. So others are almost same. So next in subdivision Paraneoptera. So before you could see that the Malophaga and the Siphunculata, it actually belongs to different orders, but now it is kept under a single order, that is Sopoptera under subdivision Paraneoptera. So next here in Oligoneoptera, two more orders are added, that is Megaloptera and Rapidoptera. So these are the major difference that you can observe between the older classification of Richard and Davis and newer or updated higher classification of insect by Christensen. So which is the largest? So can anyone say which is the largest order till now in insect? Largest order? So the largest order, it is Coleoptera. It is actually having more than 3 lakh species that have been described under this Coleoptera. And what about smallest order? Anyone have idea about it? Yes. So yes, Sauroptera. So you know that Sauroptera, it is not at seen in India, and it is the smallest order. There are only about 44 species that are discovered all over the world. So this is just a brief demo class for you. So if you are more interested and if you want to know more about this, please do register to our academy. So if you have any doubts on this is just a simple topic, as it is a demo class. I just wanted to give a very simple class to you. That's why. So if you have any doubts on this, you can ask. And always we will be giving more updates to you, and we will be always. Yes, Nagesh, you have any doubt? Now there are 31 orders right now. No, 29 orders. It was by Richard and Davis. Hello. it may depend. You should be updated with both the classifications. But if they are asking, I mean, mostly they will be asking the latest classification only.
Yes, please students interact yourself.
It's not according to IMS, it is actually according to Richard and Davis. The publication was mentioned in IMS book.
So students' response is more important.
So as I said, if evolutionary relationship, now most of them are following this Christian's classification only. All the sirs and everyone are suggesting to follow the classification by Christensen only. So that is actually outdated. It was Richard and Davis was 1977, and they used only morphological traits to classify the insect. But you know that now, since nucleotide sequences and other molecular approaches are considered, this evolutionary has to be given more preference, and Christensen has to be followed.
Okay, any more doubts, students? Yes, students, this is one of the demo class of among 3. We have 2 more demo classes from entomology, and as per schedule, we'll conduct the remaining demo class. I think by next week, 10th. On 10th, we have another class. Okay, and coming to ACA, what I said earlier, same thing, and with consideration of students and their financial issues, we are giving a limited offer to you. This offer is applicable. This offer is applicable for up to this demo classes. The offer is those students got those now presently final year students, those applied in last conducted ICR NTA conducted JRF exam or SRF exam, and those got your score ICR JRF score above 350, they will above 350. Sorry, above 400, they will 100% free exemption for in fees. Our total fee is for entomology 3,999, and out of that, those got above 400 score, the completely free. 350 to 400, there is a 50% discount, and 300 to 350, 25% discount, and 250 and above, 250 up to 300, 15% discount we are providing. I am requesting all of you, please attend all the demo classes. Then you will decide you want to join or not. In ACS 1 year program, this 1 year program consists of live classes. We'll conduct live classes as per ICR syllabus. We will cover all the ICR syllabus. If coming to entomology, we'll cover entomology, we'll cover nematology, whatever required. We'll cover beneficial insects, that is sericulture, apiculture, or log culture, and we will also cover that medicinal or veterinary entomology, and whatever the required as per the syllabus.
Sir, when will the actual classes start, sir?
Yes.
When will the actual classes start, sir?
Sorry.
Actual classes, sir.
Actual classes will start immediately after completion of demo class. Next day from the completion of demo classes, and weekly 4 to 5 classes will schedule. Every Sunday we have a mock test. Like that we complete up to exam. Up to March we'll conduct 35 mock tests. From March ending up to exam we will conduct 25 grand tests. Other than this, we will every fortnightly we have a live discussion forum with a particular subject specialist, and we will provide notes and material completion of every class. And ours is completely student friendly, and all our faculty are learned faculty, means exactly professionals. Those are entomologists. We may know that in some academies, the one guy coming and telling stories of agronomy, entomology, breeding. One institute famous for AFO or somewhere. Okay, we are not that. Here the 50 faculty is there from different subjects and all are qualified. And we provide the live classes, then unlimited watchable your demo, this video classes, then mock test 35, grand test 25, then material, then live discussion fortnightly. This is our total fees is 3,319, and as per those your score you will get discount. And for any information you just text us on WhatsApp or mail. I am a coordinator of Agri Challenge Academy and my number is 8919 Dabdatta, please text in chat box my phone number. If you have any doubt, please. Yes, pathology part of SRF we will cover, and we have pathology demo class on 13th. So please attend that one. Okay, for SRF we will cover both pathology and entomology, and for JRF means that is plant protection. Okay, whatever that now 3 portion SRF there is a you may know that the now syllabus is changed, pattern is changed, question level and questioning methodology also changed. Now previously you may no, it is enough to remember facts and figures and numbers and numericals. Now the change is going to shifted towards concept oriented. They are going to test your concept, your learning means whatever the subject you learned. That's why this statement type of questions, assertion and reasoning type of questions, they are insisted in your examination pattern. So we are going to teach you concepts. We are going to stress on the concept where the reasoning every why that particular metamorphosis occurs, what is the reason why that insect have this many segments. Everyone is reasoning is required. Why that insecticide is banned, what is the biomagnification, whatever means reasonable study is required. There is no scope for remembering figures and facts. So you have to learn the concept and subject. That's the major thing, and that way we are going to concentrate our entire 1 year program. This is a 1 year program. I hope, as per my expectation, next year JRF is 2021. It may be in July or June, July generally. I don't know, has like this year, present year, maybe COVID or David, it may be changed. But up to exam, we will provide guidance. Yes, yesterday we completed one class on genetics and plant breeding. Just you just text me on WhatsApp. I will give that link. And our next we have two more genetics and plant breeding classes and 2 more pathology classes. Okay. Yesterday one class is over on genetics and plant breeding. We will provide for all subjects. Yes. Any doubt from your side? Okay, fine. Thank you, students. Then thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, Devdatta, and thank you, ACA team, all ACA team. And same time, I am very much thankful to Krisi Kranti team, then Agri Expert team, then Agri GK 2K18, then Agri Logic, then Agri Study Official, and Agri Scientist. I am especially thankful to each and every one those are involved in this process. And I am also thankful to Agri Challenge Academy team. Thank you each and everyone. We will meet again in our next demo class. Just inform you, and I will send this class video also. This class is available in YouTube also. You go through it once again if you required. And just inform to your friends. Okay, thank you. Complete syllabus will be done. Complete syllabus will be provided. Yes. As per ICR syllabus, we also provide. Yeah. Yes, in SRF there is a 3 categories. One is general agriculture 20 questions, then core subject, then your specialized subject. We will go as per like that. We also provide general agriculture. Timings.
So
Yes.
one student has raised the hand, sir.
Yeah, please respond. Unmute yourself and ask.
Spruha.
Tomorrow agronomy. Tomorrow class is
Spruha,
related
please
to
unmute
agronomy.
yourself.
Yeah. Tomorrow time also same 5:30 to 5:45 will start class, same time, and regular class timing is generally after 5 only. You are not going to hamper or not going to disturb your regular academic activities, RAVE or whatever it, your AELP or your college activities. And generally timings is after 5, and sometimes it may be before 9. And in weekend we will put classes in on Sunday or second Saturday. We will put class, we will keep classes and regular daily hours. Okay. Yes, material we will provide for every after completion of every chapter. Yes, for JRF we will provide material. Yes, any more? And there is a completely for entomology we have 4 faculties, 4 different faculties. The not single faculty. Recorded videos, unlimited recorded videos. After completion of every class, we will immediately provide the your recorded video. You can watch anytime, but there is unshareable. If you shared someone not registered out of our students, then you will be restricted. You will be restricted. Yes, nematology we will cover. There is we have one specialist from specialist for nematology also. He is now doing nematology, PhD in nematology in ARI. He is going to carry out that classes. Part of nematology questions is there, but in JRF mostly the nematology is a part of plant pathology. As per ICR syllabus, we will carry out the classes. Whatever the syllabus given by ICR, ICR given the broader lines. ICR given broader lines, not means they are given outlines. You will complete. You will go accordingly on that particular outline. We will go whatever the required. These things are required. Whatever the class is required. Yeah, actual classes total fee is for JRF 399, and those got score in this. If may some of the some students may appeared may return the exam, attended the exam of this JRF for practice. On that those got your exam, your this one, your score is above 400, then no fee. 350 to 400, 50% discount. Then 300 to 350, 25% discount. 250 to 300, 15% discount we will provide. Schedule. Entomology schedule, we will provide the schedule. We are already given available. For 2022 exam, entomology and nematology separate. We can't predict ICR is going to change or not. This subscription included general agriculture. Out of your 35 mark test, there is a 5 mark test from related to general agriculture. Even you may observe that this time in some SRF question, some subjects in SRF and some subjects in JRF, there is a question from GK side. General knowledge, not general agriculture, general knowledge also. You will also concentrate on that. Yes, what I am telling, that also will concentrate. That is also whatever the required portion from general agriculture, basic things and current events we will cover. Yeah, you can pay through phone pay. That my number 7569864271, and you just text on that number. I will provide registration link and payment details. Any number 7569864271 or 8919110749. Just text them.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, we also provide monthly magazine. It will cover all the general issues, general agriculture and general knowledge, general current affairs. No separate paper for JRF. There is no separate paper for JRF. for entomology and nematology. There is a, if you are got based on the rank, there is a seats you can get entomology or nematology, like plant pathology and breeding. That is included in plant science. Here, entomology and nematology is the single exam. The allotment of seats, like in IRA, there is some seats for nematology course. So based on your merit or your rank, you will get that particular subject. Any more, please? Then thank you. Okay, we will meet again. Just inform to your friends, tomorrow we have agronomy demo class. Okay, good day, good night. I am leaving the class.